Welcome to session 2, week 1. All right, let's take a look at what we got going on here. So we're going to start off up here on screen here. We got School of Rock. You got the Music Will book. You need to check out with me if you're a first-year student. I want to know that you've completed the book and what you've learned from it and so on and so forth. So you and I are going to talk about that. We're going to check off stuff. So you can look at the assignment and see there. You're also completing a weekly journal. You can click on the assignments to see stuff, but I have a rubric for you to check off for these. Game design, you're going to be maintaining a weekly journal, which we started last week. You're going to be working on your game engine of choice. Again, that'll be Godot, Unity, or Construct. And in film, you are finishing the editing of your film. The first couple days of the week, you'll be working on that. There's a rubric in here to take a look at. Also, in the middle of the week, we're going to talk about establishing your trusted system. So film students will do that. Yay. Advanced students, you're going to create and maintain a weekly journal for what you do this week. I have nothing else academically that you have to turn into me, but you do need to do a daily journal in your blog. So you make a blog post, and every day you'll go into that blog post and you're going to fill out stuff of what you did for that day. So we're going to start session 2. We'll talk about what we want to do for session 2, and I want you to just document what you're doing. We're about to reinvent some of the process we do for our sessions, and I'm not ready yet, and I need to talk to you to see what we're going to do for that. So let's take a look at what this looks like. This is the journal blog post you're going to copy and paste in, session 2, week 1. You're documenting what you're doing each day. You're going to do a nice detailed reflection at the end, and there's a rubric. Let's take a look at the rubric. So the rubric looks like this. So you have 16 points possible. So did you set a goal? Did you document your time? Did you look at the best practices and figure out of the 21st century skills? What were you focusing on for each day? And then it was a complete and so on and so forth. So I'm going to remind you every day to do this. So you can either do it the first thing in the class period for the day before, or you can do it the last 5 minutes of class. And again, you're just writing stuff in. This is not a lot of detail. It's just doing it regularly. That's the most important thing. For the film, for students in film class, this is how well you did the audio and visual syncing up and editing. So read through the rubric. I'm going to give you this as a half sheet. You're going to fill it out, turn it back into me, do a self-assessment before I take a look at it. For the Music Will book completion in School of Rock, you have a similar type of document. You're going to score yourself on how well you completed the stuff in the book or know the stuff in the book. I'll hand this out to you in class. And I just showed what the advanced students are doing with this, but also beginning students in game design, you're also using this rubric. All these resources are in the assignments. They're all in Schoology. You know the process. So it's going to be a good week. We're going to learn a lot, and here we go.